Speaking during the forum as part of the month-long Citi Business Festival, David Ofosudote stressed that it was time to change the narrative in marketing Ghana to the world.
You ought to be unique in order to count. And the uniqueness, if you are thinking in a framework, will be, hey, 3, 4, 5 countries. Nigeria is big enough. Everybody knows Nigeria. Yeah. So why do I want to compete with Nigeria over Jollof when Wache and Kelewele is unique to us? You want to be unique, so you think logically. So if I took Cote d'Ivoire, I took Togo, I took Benin as an example, and let's drive investments, we are attracting the market. And we tell people that you are talking about a 1.27 billion people market, a $6.6 trillion purchase power parity, a 3.6 trillion GDP, combined GDP for Africa, which is centered in Ghana at the AFCFTA. So the market is driven from Ghana, which is the center of the world. Then I tell you, our logistics chain, we are equidistant from every part of the world, which is why you must locate your factory here as an example, because it's easy to export. Then it links to then moving us from export processing zone or free zone to special economic zones, because in special economic zones, people produce and then they export.
Jacob Brobe of Absa Bank also reiterated the need to give various tourist sites in the country a facelift to increase demand and visits.
So it's all about, developing the infrastructure around these known, assets that we have, and also ensuring that we market it, right? So that even domestic market tourism, so that as Ghanaians, we should be able to visit these areas and then have the memories, as David said, that it must be part of us. Yes. So that when you sit in a taxi and somebody who is visiting Ghana for the first time, to say, where should I go? You should be quick to say, go to this place, there's a restaurant there, there's a hotel nearby, there's what. So that's the point that I was trying to make. So yeah, I think there's more that we need to do, because most of our, go to the north, go to Kakum, after visiting, unless probably you go to Cape Coast, or probably you make a return trip. So there are so many things that we need to do, to ensure that we get the full potential of those, historical assets that we have.
Juliet Asante of the National Film Authority also called for more attention to be given to the creative industries to harness its full potential and boost the economy.
If you have a sector that is contributing 10% to global GDP, and yet when you're thinking about attracting foreign direct investment, you don't think about that sector as a key vehicle, then you are kind of missing the plot a little bit. I mean, just to give you some kind of throwaway example, is it the Georges Dam or something in China? Cost $25 billion to make over 30 years. Within that same time, the theater for performances or whatever in New York made $27 billion from performances. So within the same time, that amount of money was spent on creating a dam for 30 years. The creative sector, just performance in theaters in New York, in one edifice in New York, made more than that plus change. And so for me, when I think about the value and how this is such a low-hanging fruit for us.
Yofi Grant of the Investment Promotion Center, on the other hand, pointed that Ghana remained a viable option for many investors despite the economic challenges the country might be facing.
For most of the foreign direct investment we're seeing, most of it is going into services. We are seeing quite a lot of interest in infrastructure development, especially the railway lines and the roads. We're seeing interest in the technology space, and quite a number of people have expressed interest in setting up data centers in Ghana. In fact, one of the projects I'm looking at right now is setting up a data center, a 50-megawatt data center, which is huge, to serve the African continent from Ghana. And so that tells us that there's a certain recognition that this can only happen in Ghana. If you take all the 54 countries on the continent, they think Ghana is the best place for it to happen. And we are seeing quite a number of others also come in. Recently, I put out pictures of our visits to the Tyler Perry studios, because there's an express interest in saying that where can we set up studios in Africa to actually bring African content out.